दिस इज माई पिक्चर व्हेन आई फर्स्ट लॉस्ट वेट. उसके बाद मैंने 4 बार वेट गेन किया है और वेट लूज किया है. आफ्टर दिस एंड आफ्टर वर्किंग विथ मोर देन 500 सुपर बिजी क्लाइंट, लाइक जिनके पास खाने का भी टाइम नहीं होता है, आई हैव रियलाइज दिस 13 सॉलिड प्रिंसिपल विच विल मेक श्योर दैट यू ट्रांसफॉर्म फॉर एवर, एंड आई एम गोना गिव दैट अवे इन दिस वीडियो. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट माइंडसेट चेंज विच यू शुड हैव अगर आपको वेट लॉस करना है और परमानेंट वेट लॉस करना है, तो आपको अपना वाई के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. लाइक so far I have taken more than 2000 plus calls, consultation calls with my clients, with my prospects so far in my life. And like सबसे बड़ा mistake जो मुझे दिखता है लोग ये कर रहे होते हैं कि उनको अपने why के बारे में पता ही नहीं होता. अगर मैं उनसे पूछता हूँ कि वेट लॉस क्यों करना है, तो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट कॉमन आंसर विच आई गेट इज बेसिकली लाइक वेट लॉस इसलिए करना है, मुझे अपना हेल्थ इंप्रूव करना है. बट दे डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली हेल्थ में क्या इंप्रूव करना है. लाइक दे डोंट नो द power of emotion, like what will happen if you lose weight. Okay, like for example, I was speaking to one of my client, she was mentioning that like initially she was mentioning that कि यार बस हाँ ठीक है weight loss करना है, clothes fitting better हो जाएगा, ये सारी चीज़ें. But like when I dig deep into that, she mentioned that she is working in a media, like she is having a media job where she has to face camera on a regular basis, and like she might even get promoted if she lose her weight. So that's how important it is for her. So that's the why, like that's the solid why. Again, another very solid example, I was speaking to again one of other of my client like a month before. She was mentioning that she was playing with her daughter and she got breathless very easily, and she want to do that for her. She don't want her daughter to like let down, like she don't want to do that for her daughter. She want to enjoy her moments with her daughter. That is also a very solid why. Like again, these are the solid why which you should have, because again आप जब weight loss करते हो, it seems easy initially, starting में weight बहुत जल्दी नीचे जाता है, but you'll also have lot of tough times. Like there would be some days जहाँ पे आपको कोई डाइट करने का मन नहीं करेगा, आपको कोई वर्कआउट करने का मन नहीं करेगा, but you have to do it. And if you have a very solid why, जहाँ पे आपका solid है बहुत आपका why, you have very solid purpose of you losing weight, the chances of you passing through that tough time becomes very high. And that's why it's very important to know your why. Okay, know your deeper reason. Something emotionally really helps on the time when you don't feel like doing anything, because again बहुत बार ऐसा, this is the mindset framework which I have used in my personal transformation as well. I'm still date I'm using this. Like whenever I have that urge of like eating something junk, eating something which is not good, okay, I just tell it to myself, what is more important? Like, is it like more important for me to eat a pizza right now, or like is it more important for me right now to get to my goals, my health goals which I have for me? Again, that's how it works. That's why knowing your why is very important. Now getting to the next point. Okay, like this is the terms which you use, like because most of the time the words which you use define how you think. Okay, that's why it becomes very important. Like I see a lot of people saying that, yeah, I want to do a diet, I want to get on a diet plan, give me a diet plan. What is the diet plan? What is the diet plan? You want to lose weight, let's say you are at 80 kilos, you want to get to around 70 kilos, you want to lose this 10 kgs, you'll get on the diet plan, you'll do the diet, and then you'll get to 70, you'll get off the diet plan and you'll regain that weight back again. Is this something what you want to do? Most of the time, no. You want to do it in a more sustainable way. So it's not a diet plan, it's a nutrition plan. That's what you want to do. You want to improve on your nutrition. And that's why the term diet plan is something which I don't like personally. Again, it's good. You need a plan. You need to diet. You need to cut down on the calories to get to your goals. But again, more than that, think it in a way कि आप अपने nutrition को improve कर रहे हो. In that process of you improving your nutrition, if you have a good nutrition, you will for sure get to your goal. You will for sure lose weight. That's the first thing. Another common word which people use a lot of time is cheat meal. I want to have a cheat meal. Why it is a cheat meal? It's not a cheat meal. Every food had its own place. It all depends on the frequency. It all depends on the dose. Okay, so it's not a cheat meal. If you're having your protein, if you're eating clean, like even once or twice a week, even if you eat something out, that's not cheating. That's like treating yourself. So never call it कि आप cheat कर रहे हो खुद पे, because it sends a wrong signal to your mind कि you're cheating yourself. Words defines a lot. Words define, like what you speak to yourself defines how you become. So it's also very important that we don't tell it cheat meal, we tell it like treat meal. That's what I tell it to all my clients as well. It's not unhealthy food, again, it's treat. It's not unhealthy food, it's treat. Another very important thing, or another very important fluffy Another very fluffy word which I see a lot in these days in the market is like detox. I was on a vacation, I have gained like 5 kilos of weight, I want to get on a detox and I want to lose that weight. Is that like how your body functions? You don't need a detox. Your body has their own mechanism. Like your body has liver, your body has kidney, which can detoxify its own. Like you don't need to get on a detox plan or something. That's why this detox word is also like a very fluffy word. Rather than that, just get back on track. Like it's very okay if you got off track. That's fine. It's all part of the life. So that's also very important. Make sure that you use the correct word, because that's the word which you tell it to yourself is what will shape you, is what will shape your mind, your thinking and everything. And that's how you maintain weight. Now getting to the next thing, accepting the fact that there would be bad phases in your life. Life is not linear. There can be a lot of ups and downs in your life. There can be a lot of ups and downs, a lot. So you have to make sure that you like accept this fact, because there can be different phases in your life जहाँ पे आपका health priority नहीं होगा. Like it might be that you have something more important than your health. That's completely okay. Like if I have to distribute your whole life in 3 important segments, if I have to do that, let's do it. It will all come down to your health, your wealth, and your relation. Okay. And there can be different phases on your life जहाँ पे आप इन तीनों चीज़ों में कोई चीज़ों को ज़्यादा प्रायोरिटी दोगे. It can happen that right now you are in that zone where you are really building something, where you are like building a business, where you are like making sure that you get promoted to the next level in your job. Health is not that priority. Your wealth is more priority. Okay, so that can happen. That's all part of the life. But at the same time, we have to realize the fact that there should be some non-negotiable things which we should all have. Like something which should be there जो कि बिल्कुल ही नॉन नेगोशिएबल होना चाहिए. जो आप कितना भी स्ट्रेसफुल सिचुएशन में हो, जो आपके लाइफ में कुछ भी चल रहा हो, आप वो नॉन नेगोशिएबल चीज़ों को करोगे. Okay, like again giving an example, like all the women who are still in our program, who has lost weight, who still till date are maintaining the weight, their non-negotiables are steps. Like minimum they try to do 3,000 to 5,000 steps. That's their non-negotiable, 3,000 to 5,000 steps. Okay, again their other non-negotiables are their protein intake. They make sure that they're having protein in all of their meal. Their non-negotiables are 3 days of workout. चाहे दुनिया का इधर का उधर हो जाए, they do that 3 days of workout. It can be that कि आपके लेवल के हिसाब से आपके नॉन नेगोशिएबल्स दूसरे हों, बट अगेन यू शुड हैव योर बेसिक बेयर मिनिमम विच यू हैव टू डू इवन इफ यू आर फोकसिंग ऑन समथिंग अदर थिंग in your life, even if you are in a phase of life where like health is not that big of a priority, wealth is, or maybe a relationship is. You might be getting married soon, so that time relationship becomes more much bigger priority. Okay, so that's very important. And again, like there can be phases, but at the same time that phase should not last long. आप अगर 4-5 महीने वो वाले फेज में हो, but that's fine. What worse can happen? You might gain like 5-10 kilos of weight, which you can lose for sure. But again, you should get back on track as soon as possible. If you are not getting back on track, okay, that clearly will make the situation more worse. It will make the situation like even worse, and then it will become hard to get back on track. Okay, that's why it's very important that you get back on track as soon as possible. Many a times like we blame ourselves that we have not been successful in losing weight, but it's not the case. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि यार हमारे उस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे हम अपने वेल्थ पे ज़्यादा फोकस कर रहे थे, या फिर हमारा रिलेशनशिप में कुछ चीज़ें ख़राब हो गई थी, हम उस पर ज़्यादा फोकस कर रहे थे. हेल्थ वॉज नॉट अ प्रायोरिटी. इट वॉज लाइक यू डिड नॉट फेल अर्ली. इट वॉज इन द राइट टाइम. इट वॉज नॉट द राइट टाइम. दैट्स एज सिंपल एज इट कैन गेट. सो हर बार ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप ही गलत होते हो. बहुत बार इट वॉज नॉट जस्ट इट वॉजंट द राइट टाइम फॉर यू. सो दैट्स हाउ इट शुड बी. Okay, so make sure that you're accepting that there would be a bad phases in your life, and this will help you to have a proper mindset. Now moving forward, again getting to the next point is avoiding shiny object syndrome. This is what I see a lot of people doing it. Like they always get attracted to the shiny object. Okay, like they get attracted to like detox diet, meal replacement shake, and there are like different types of diet trends which comes and goes in the market regularly, and we get the diet trends seems like a shiny object, and we think that this is the only solution which is there. it can give you result. I'm not telling that detox plan या फिर meal replacement shakes आपको results नहीं देगा. It will give you results, but at the same time it will not give you permanent result. Permanent result will come from doing simpler things only, the boring thing, to be honest. Okay, you have to make sure that you are doing your workout. You have to make sure that you are like having your diet properly, your nutrition is on point, and that's how you lose weight permanently and lose it forever. Okay, so don't look for shiny object syndrome, rather than do simple things, because simple scales, complex fails. These are all complex things, this all will fail. But if you do your simple things, your boring things, you can make boring things also interesting. There's a lot of way how we make boring things interesting. I'll tell all of that in the upcoming video, so make sure that you subscribe to the video. There's a lot of like interesting content coming along the way, so make sure that you do subscribe. Now getting to the next point, like choosing your environment. देखो यार, आपने कितना भी एफर्ट मार के वेट लूज कर लिया, लाइक आपने लाइक आप 100 kgs पे थे, आप 70 पे आ गए. 100 kgs पे लाइक आप बहुत खुश थे, देन आप 70 पे आए, आप तब भी बहुत खुश थे. देन आपका जो फ्रेंड सर्कल है वो बहुत बुरे लोगों के साथ आप उठना बैठना आपने चालू कर दिया. आप जा रहे हो और लाइक पार्टी कर रहे हो हर हफ्ते. माई ड्राइंग इज़ वेरी बैड, इग्नोर माई ड्राइंग, आई जस्ट वांट एक्सप्लेन. तो 70 पे आए आप, 70 पे आने के बाद आप हर हफ्ते जाके पार्टी कर रहे हो, यू आर ड्रिंकिंग, यू आर स्मोकिंग, and it is happening because of your environment, because your environment is not that great. Your environment doesn't care about their health and you are stuck in that environment. फिर तो आप चाहे जितना भी एफर्ट मार लो, आप 100 से 70 पे तो आ गए, बट 70 पे रह नहीं पाओगे आप. लाइक इफ़ यू आर इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एनवायरमेंट, यू विल गेन दैट वेट बैक अगेन. So that's why there's a very important quote which I have written here as well. You are the byproduct of people whom you hang out with. So make sure that your environment is proper. आपका उठना बैठना सही लोगों के साथ हो रहा है, जो आपके हेल्थ को प्रायोरिटी दे रहे हैं, जो आपका मजाक नहीं उड़ा रहे हैं अगर आप पार्टी में जाके भी डाइट कोक पी रहे हो तो. That's how it should like look. They should respect your goals at least. Okay. Again, I'm not telling that drinking is bad. Occasional drinking is absolutely fine. I do allow all my clients, everyone, in my coaching program to occasionally have it. But that's how it's all about the dose. It's not about कि यार आप कोई चीज़ लो. It's not about good or bad. It's about like there is a gray thing in between. Black and white नहीं होती हर चीज़ें. Again, your partner should also, it also plays a very important role. If your partner is not supportive at all, you should either make him supportive, change him, show him why it is important for you, why getting to your goals are important for you, your health goals. So again, partner, your friend, coach also plays a very important role, because at the end of the day, even if you hire a coach for yourself to make you lose weight, it's like an environment which the coach is giving you. If the coach is speaking to you on a daily basis, on a regular basis, if they are having a proper accountability with you, that is basically an environment which they are giving you, so that you have that accountability, have that environment, and you lose weight. Food which is readily available in your kitchen, in your home, that also comes to your environment. अगर आपके घर में कचरा भरा हुआ है, okay, it's not bad in eating those kachra as well. You can always have that kurkure, lays, your cold drinks, that's all fine, but it should always be in moderation. घर पे तो मत ही रखो तो better है. So make sure that your food environment is also better, because again these days it's very easy and convenient to get all the unhealthy stuffs, all the treatful stuff for you, but again you have to make sure that you have to keep it away from you as much as you can. Uninstall कर दो अगर आपके फ़ोन में Swiggy, Zomato, Zepto, Blinkit है. Do it from your laptop if it is very very required. Okay, again you can still order healthy from Swiggy, Zomato as well. Another topic for another upcoming video on our channel. We'll do that. We'll make a proper guideline for that as well. Okay, so now moving to the next point, focusing on things which actually gives result. Okay, like the 80-20 rules. बहुत बार हमें सिर्फ ये 20% चीज़ों पे फोकस करना पड़ता है जो हमारे वेट स्केल को सही में नीचे लेके आएगा. Like that's what we have to focus on, and we focus on the remaining 80%. Okay, like few common things which I see people doing mistake, like people focusing on which doesn't even matter for them. Most of the time I see people focusing a lot on meal timing. Okay, they focus a lot on meal timing, and they don't focus on actually what they're having. Like if you are eating like crap, if you are eating biryani, if you are eating like chole bhature, if you are eating chips, from morning till the evening, and if you're fasting from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., what's the use of this meal timing? It's of no use. I'm not telling that meal timing is not important. It is important for sure. But more than the meal timing, what is important is what you're actually having in the meal. Another solid example of this, one, what I see is basically like a lot of people do a lot of core exercise in order to lose the weight. But they ignore the fact that आप कितना भी core exercise कर लो, but आपका meal सही नहीं है, आपका overall activity सही नहीं है, okay, you will never be able to like lose the belly. Okay, so that's very important. So make sure that you don't focus on this 80% fluffy stuff जिसको इतना ज़्यादा importance नहीं है आपके results पे. It can impact on your result, but the impact to effort ratio is very high. Like you have to put more effort and the impact of that on your health is very less. So why do focus on that? Focus on the remaining 20% which will actually move the needle. You'll feel happy if you lose weight and then you will stick around with that. Then later fix this. Okay, you don't have to fix everything at once. Like if you get started with your health journey, with your fat loss journey, you just have to pick out 2-3 important solid points जो आपके हिसाब से सबसे important है, and which will actually move the needle, which will actually make you more confident, make you lose weight, make you feel energetic. That's what you should pick out initially. Okay, and then just try fixing that. After that, you are done with that, you can add more things. Okay, get out from all or nothing mentality. बहुत बार लोगों को mentality होता है कि like हम 7 दिन हफ्ते में workout करेंगे. A lot of clients who get inside our program, when we have the initial communication with us and we ask this question, like how many days you want to work out, like how many days would you be comfortable doing the workout. They say that they want to do the whole 7 day. And then मेरा काम होता है कि मैं उनको सही डायरेक्शन में फिर बताऊं कि यार नहीं, 7 दिन ठीक है, you can do it, but it's not about कि हम like we be aggressive. It's not about that. More than aggressiveness, it's important that we put consistent effort throughout. That becomes very important. So we have to keep that point in mind. Okay, so more than one aggressive attempt, it's more about being in that consistent efforts. That's what will actually help you to maintain the weight and lose weight as well. Okay, so make sure that you get out of this all or nothing mindset. It will never gonna help you. Now moving forward with the other thing, which is very much related to what we have already discussed, consistency over perfection. Okay, बहुत बार हम consistent नहीं रहते हैं, हम perfectionism की तरफ भाग जाते हैं कि यार हमें हर चीज़ perfect चाहिए. Like for example, if I'm having a meal like which should have broccoli, which should have like bell pepper, and we want to put that in on an Instagram story that we're eating healthy. Okay, but we have to realize the fact that like if you are doing a 9-to-5 job, if you are building a business, okay, you can't prepare this food on a regular basis because your life is very chaotic. You have to pick out something which you can actually do for a sustainable time, for a long time, and that's what you can maintain. Like again, simple scales, complex fails. So make sure that you don't get into that perfectionism mindset because it's gonna never help you. You will never be perfect from day one. Like again, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप कुछ भी start करोगे day one से. It's always about like if you are trying to drive a car, if you're learning to drive a car, it will take some time. Everything has its own learning curve. Initially you are not that good, then you get better, then you get better and better. So that's how it works. That's how it works in your health journey as well. Okay, next is it's all about getting started. Again, I can't stress much on this. I have taken lots of case study calls for all the clients who get solid results inside our program, and I ask this question, like what one advice you want to give to people who are trying to lose weight. 9 out of 10 people, आप जाके case studies देख सकते हो, it's on my Instagram, they tell that they wanna like it's all about getting started. They tell that why they haven't started earlier, why they have started now, they are regretting about that. So it's always about getting started. Okay, you will improve. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि day one से आप better होगे, but you will for sure improve. Everything has its own learning curve. Now moving forward, the another point which is super important as well is showing up. Because यार अच्छे दिन में जिस दिन आप बहुत excited हो, आपने जिम ज्वाइन किया है, आज 1st of January है, आज मंडे है, आज आपका बर्थडे, आपने सोचा कि अभी मुझे नेक्स्ट बर्थडे से पहले वेट लूज़ करना है. जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल, माइट बी ऐसा कोई होता नहीं कि बर्थडे पे कोई वेट लॉस करना डिसाइड करता है, बट अगेन लेट्स से आपने किया तो again these are all like point of excitement. Everyone can put effort on the point of excitement, but the person who is ready to put in the effort even on the challenging day, जब आप आप थक के ड्राइव करके गुड़गांव से नोएडा आए हो और आपके पास बिल्कुल भी टाइम नहीं है, आप 2 घंटा ड्राइव करके गुड़गांव के ट्रैफिक से आए हो, फिर नोएडा का कालिंदी कुंज वाला ट्रैफिक देखकर आप वापस आ रहे हो, तब भी आप जिम जा रहे हो या घर पे वर्कआउट कर रहे हो, अपना स्टेप्स पूरा कर रहे हो अपने सोसाइटी में जाके, दैट्स व्हाट विल मैटर. ओके, इट्स नॉट द पॉइंट ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट. एक्साइटमेंट में एवरीवन पुट इन द एफर्ट, बट द पर्सन हु एक्चुअली सी रिजल्ट्स are the person who put efforts on the challenging day. That's very important. It's very deep thing, but do this. Like, just challenge yourself. That's what I personally love doing a lot. Like, I love to do efforts on the day when I don't feel like doing it. I like to challenge myself. And then once you break that challenging, once you achieve that hurdle, you will be proud of yourself कि यार मैंने आज इतने बुरे दिन पे भी एक्सरसाइज कर लिया, आज मैंने इतने बुरे दिन पे भी डाइट मेंटेन किया. That the confidence, the level of confidence which you will get from that's non-negotiable. That will give you tremendous amount of self-confidence, which you can use anywhere. Okay, make an effort of showing up during the tough times. That's super important. Moving forward, tracking एंड अवेयरनेस. बहुत बार लोग अपना वेट ही ट्रैक नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, लोग को अपना वेट ही नहीं पता होता है कि उनका करंट वेट क्या है, लोगों के घर में वेइंग स्केल ही नहीं होता और उनको वेट लॉस करना होता है. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी ट्रैक इट. बहुत बार हम अवेयर ही नहीं होते कि हमारा वेट क्या है और एकदम से हमारा वेट 70 से 85 पहुंच गया होता है एक साल में. हमने एक साल तक वर्क फ्रॉम होम जॉब किया होता है और वेट एकदम से बढ़ गया होता है और हमने इस पूरे एक साल में डर के मारे वी आर सो अफ्रेड दैट वी आर नॉट इवन ट्रैकिंग आवर वेट, एंड देन सडनली इट गोज अप टिल 85 एंड देन अ डे व्हेन यू चेक योर वेट यू आर सरप्राइज्ड. बट ऐसा नहीं है कि ओवरनाइट आपका वेट गेन हो गया है. इट हैपेंड लाइक ऑन अ कंसिस्टेंट बेसिस. ऐसा नहीं है कि एकदम से वेट गेन हो गया है. ओके, सो मेक श्योर दैट यू कीप चेकिंग योर वेट. Like, I will tell you, I'll quote a very important study which I was reading through. I don't know the name of the publisher and all. Look, what they did, they just make everyone to just track the weight, and they haven't made any changes in their diet. They haven't made any changes in their workout, then their activity. They were just tracking the steps, and they lost weight. They lost weight. It's because they are just tracking that. Okay, बहुत बार लोग अपने photos को compare करने में भी बहुत ज़्यादा डर रहे होते हैं. I do this a lot, and like. Recently also I was comparing my physique, like how I used to look back in 2022 and how I'm looking now. Like, again, I have downgraded from what I used to look in 2020, but again that's what made me realize that it might be a trigger point for you to get things started. Okay, so make sure that you compare your pictures, measure yourself, do your weight. Okay, keep a note or something of your measurements and everything. That's super important. Habits are always bigger than a plan. Like, I can't stress much on this as well. See, at the end of the day, weight loss should be a byproduct of your habit. Okay, no matter whatever plan you plan out for yourself, whatever diet plan you follow, it's all comes down to habit. Because diet plan you can follow it for some time, but habit is what you follow for lifelong. Okay, so always focus on building habits, not just a diet plan. Okay, you don't need a magical plan. You just need to work on your habits, and weight loss would be a byproduct of that. Now, moving forward, things should run on autopilot. Again, आप कार चलाना स्टार्ट करते हो, आप कार सीखना स्टार्ट करते हो, तो कार स्टार्टिंग में तो आप इतना ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंटली कार नहीं चलाते हो. लाइक, यू हैव टू, आप जब गियर भी शिफ्ट कर रहे होते हो तो यू सी ऑन द गियर, यू सी ऑन द क्लच, यू सी ऑन द ब्रेक. आपका ध्यान सामने से हट के गियर पे आ जाता है, क्लच पे आ जाता है. तो दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स. लाइक, उस टाइम चीज़ें आपके सबकॉन्शियस में नहीं होती, बट वंस यू लर्न ड्राइविंग अ कार, इट गेट्स इन टू योर सबकॉन्शियस. फिर तो आप लोगों से बात भी कर रहे होते हो, गाने भी सुन रहे होते हो. Like, you might be drinking a coffee and still driving a car, your mind is somewhere else, and it happens as a subconscious thing. That's how health should also get. That's how your activity, your nutrition should also get. Another very important point to consider is having a long term mindset. Like, बहुत बार लोगों का mindset ही होता है कि यार बस weight loss अभी कर लेना है, and then they just wanna get it done right now, and they're not sure कि like long term में क्या करना है. More than weight loss, what your priority should be कि आप like get into a healthy lifestyle. Again, I'm repeating this over again and again in this video, but it is the hard reality. Weight loss should be a byproduct. It should not be the only product which you want. Okay, so make sure that you have a very long term mindset. Being aggressive will not work. It can work in the short term. See, even in our program, we have aggressive approach with our client, but we never continue that for a very long time. We do aggressive approaches, which is fine. Like if you are planning to lose weight, again, the health wealth relationship wala thing, you're focusing more on the health right now. It is okay to have an aggressive approach, but again, you should have an exit strategy of that, and you should make sure that you, like, even if you lose weight, you get into a normal consistent lifestyle where you maintain those habits so that you can maintain that weight. So make sure that you do that. Apart from that, always think in the long term. Crash diet, skipping meals, aggressive workout, these things can work in the short term, but again, it's not a long term thing which you'll always do, because it will not make you give you permanent result. Last point, and not the least, a very important point, is that we have to make sure that we are focusing on the protein. I can't stress much on this. It's very important. It will make you more fuller. It's the key to your weight loss, because if you will be more full, you will eat less food and you will lose weight. That's very important. Like, I get a lot of questions from a lot of female clients. Most of our clients are females, by the way. So we get a lot of questions कि यार hair और skin health पे कैसे काम करें? Is there something? Can I take biotin? Can I take vitamin E? Can I take omega 3? See, all those things are micronutrient. Those things are very important. I'm not denying that fact, that it is not important. But again, more than that, what will actually make your, the 80-20 rule again, what will actually make you glow and will make your hair stronger, improve your hair fall. Again, hair fall will also depends on different factors like your surroundings, your environment, atmosphere, all those things. But again, it also, protein intake also plays a very important role in that. So make sure you do that. Muscle mass is the new asset. Make sure that you focus on building some strength. Even if you are a female, you should focus on building strength, and you will never get a body like a bodybuilder, because they usually are steroids. You are not. You are just focusing on improving your protein intake. You will get more leaner and more toner. You will thank me when you get into your 50s and 40s that you have a solid amount of muscle mass. It will improve your longevity. So make sure that you focus on having sufficient amount of protein as well in the diet. Make sure that. So yeah, that will help. Overall, these are the points which you should focus on. Hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe so that you can stay in touch with us and get these kind of amazing, valuable content based on my experience working with my clients, working on myself. That's all for this video. Make sure that you subscribe, give it a like, share it with your friends, and see you soon in the other videos.